Okay, welcome back to another exciting, I do mean exciting, Coach K Math Corner again with video on integer word problems. As a student, I'll be able to read and solve integer word problems, and I know I've got it when I can correctly answer the 2 exit tickets today. Integer word problems, make sure you pick up integer word problem notes number 5 when you've completed the video and notes. Hand it in with your exit ticket number 5 and assignment number 5. Please put your name on your paper. Name on paper, please. That way I know who you are. Hey, again, we talk about integers. We talk about how important they are, like temperature, money, above and below sea level. Just continually remind yourself that integers is very, very much connected to everyday life. Now, here we have a set of words, and we're going to use these words, positive words and negative words, and we've talked about these words before, but we want to make sure that we understand that they are going to be used to help us solve word problems dealing with integers, all right? In fact, we may even have to do some drawing in these as well. All right, yesterday I borrowed $10 from my friend and I gave her $7 today. How much do I still owe her? Question, how much do I still owe her? I borrowed $10. Borrowed means negative 10 because I still owe her the money. And I gave her $7. Gave her is a positive, so that's positive $7. Okay, so I have a negative 10 added to 7. And I want to make sure I go back and think about what we did with our notes on addition of integers. If you have a negative and a positive, that means you want to subtract 10 minus 7. And 10 minus 7 is 3. Now, is it a negative or a positive? Well, let's find out. Remember that whenever you subtract using, or add using integers, and if one's positive, one's negative, you have to take the absolute value of both numbers. Well, here's the absolute value of negative 10 and the absolute value of positive 7. Negative 10, the absolute value is 10. Positive 7, absolute value is 7. Remember, absolute value is always positive. Well, 10 is greater than 7, and 10 is negative, so the answer here is negative $3. All right, let's move on. Example number 2. Now, example number 2, I like to go diving off the diving board in the summer. And when I'm standing on the diving board, I am 10 feet above the water. After I dive in, I swim 8 feet below the water. What is the total distance of my dive? Well, first of all, I'm probably going to have to do a little drawing here just to kind of help make sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. Let's see, when I'm standing, here's my diving board, and I'm standing up in here like this, right in here. And I know that down below is the water. So I am standing above that, and I dive off, and from this point down to this point right here is 10 feet. I know that. Tells me that right here. I am 10 feet above the water, and here's my water, okay? Once I get here, I want to go down another 8 feet. And the question is, what is the total distance of my dive, okay? Well, total distance. So let's see, we've done that before in a number line where we've had a number line like this, and we've had 0 here, and we've had a negative 8, and we've had a positive 10, and we want to know what is the distance from here to here. Well, that's kind of like what this is asking. What is the total distance from the top, from where I'm standing on the diving board, to 8 feet below the water? What is my total distance? Well, 10 added to 8 is 18 feet. So my total distance of my dive, or my jump, is a total of 18 feet. From the board to the water is 10, and I go below the water 8 feet. So that's a total of 18 feet. Okay, example number 3. If it is 10 degrees Fahrenheit in Goshen and a negative 21 degrees Fahrenheit in Antarctica, what is the difference in temperature between the two locations? Well, again, if you look at the word difference, difference is a word that we've talked about often. That means that we are going to subtract. Okay? So we want to subtract these two. And that means that I'm going to take 10 minus a negative 21. And if you remember, when you subtract integers, we want to add the last integer's opposite to the first integer. Okay? In other words, we want to say keep, change, change. 10 added to 21, because we want to change it, is a difference of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. So the difference in Goshen's temperature and Antarctica is a total of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, remind yourself to use your notes on adding and subtracting integers. Alright, example number 4. I wanted to plant a tree in my backyard, and after the tree was planted, its height was 18 feet tall in order to plant the tree. I had to dig 6 feet below ground. What is the total height of the tree from the deepest root to the top of the tree? Well, let's see. Okay, so I know that my height is 18 feet tall. And anytime you talk about height, it's got to be positive. I don't know of anybody who's got negative height. Let's see. I planted that tree. So here's my tree right in here. All right. Right there, I know. Funky tree. All right. And from the top down to my roots, all right, where the ground level is 18 feet. And from the root, from the deepest part of the root to the top of the ground is another 6 feet. And the question is asking, what is the total height of the tree from the deepest root to the top of the tree? From the deepest root to the top of the tree. So let's see, that's 18 added to 6, and the total distance is 24 feet. Now you might say, well, we added an 18 and a negative 6. So how do you get 24? Well, remember, we're talking about distance again, just like if we were on a number line. Okay, what is the total distance from negative 6 to positive 18? What is the total distance from here to here? And the total distance is 24, just like the total height on this tree and root is 24 feet tall. All right, we have some integer word problems here that we're going to work on a little bit. Make sure that they're on the back of your notes. Make sure that you show your work. Make sure if you need to do a drawing, do a drawing. It's up to you. But again, make sure you show your work and how you processed it. Are you adding? Are you subtracting? Multiplying? Are you dividing? What are you doing? Make sure you demonstrate that, okay? And make sure you show me. Show me when you're done, okay? Show me. When you're done with this, show me. All right? Okay, here we go on to the next part. You need to complete exit ticket number 5. Again, complete and place it in your classroom folder or in your group folder. And then move on to your assignment. Just make sure that you, again, show your work. Any exit ticket handed in with no work and just an answer is a 1 and no more than that. You need to demonstrate how you're doing it. You can't just write an answer down. That doesn't make sense when you do that. All right? And make sure that you take a look at your assignment. you must do the first 5 problems. You must show your work. All right. And so here we go. We're going to do the first 5 problems. You got to show your work. Answers only will not be accepted and will be counted as a 1 until you correct that. When you've completed this assignment, make sure you check it off your chart along with your exit ticket and your notes. Make sure you keep track of that and rate yourself as a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Make sure you place it in your class group folder. It might not be a bad idea to rate yourself before and after and put it up by your name before you do it and after you do the assignment. Okay? If you have any questions, you can ask. And then make sure you complete the exit ticket as well. All right? Or that you should have already done that before you got here. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. All right? Well, good luck. We'll see you later. Bye.